Hi there, welcome to Monday's market commentary. I've got a chart here of the Dow, and we can see it's a little bit bearish here, down 134 points today. What I want to notice here, whether we look at the Dow or the S&P, major indexes here, what I want you to notice is that something kind of negative happened today. We had a nice uptrend here. We have support down here on the Dow at this 11,750 level, and we're making some higher lows, which is really impressive coming up through here. And then what we did is we had a nice little sell-off. We've been waiting for the sell-off here right around middle of May. Finally had a nice little drop on the Dow, came down to about 12,500, popped back up, almost hit 12,750, which is a little bit of a resistance from the support here in early May. Also coming across here was resistance back here at the first part of April and last part of February and first part of February. So we've got a pretty good resistance right there, this 12,750 level coming across. We dropped, went right through that, hit the 12.5 support, came back up, hit 12.750 resistance, and then turned around and dropped today with some pretty good selling to the downside. At the same time, our MACDs just barely turned back over here. Stochastics are low. So everything looked like we were going to start to head back up through here and break back up above 12.750, which would have pulled us into a bullish position. But because we didn't break that and started to drop again, it looks like we could start making some lower lows and maybe even head right back down to this 12,250 level here on the Dow. So at the moment, I'm a little bit more bearish to neutral short term. Simple fact that we could end up making another low right back through here. And longer term, because we failed to break back up through 12,750 on the pullback, longer term I'm going from a bullish move to a neutral move on the index here. So for the moment, we've got support here about 12,250, resistance at 12,750 on the Dow, and I'm a little bit bearish to neutral until we see what happens. If tomorrow we drop again, even lower again tomorrow, then we're going to go back into a short-term bearish position on the Dow. All right, let's take a look at the NASDAQ and see how it looks. All right, and here's our NASDAQ chart taking a look, and we can see that we were in this nice little pattern here, moving to the upside here with support as 2200 support level. Then we got a higher low, some higher lows, some higher lows, pulling back that 24. Moving up, we've got resistance coming across here at 2550. Got a nice little tight trend here, moving to the upside, looks really good. Today we started to pull back again, so the MACD stopped moving up. Stochastics are still moving, but they're a little bit slower to turn here. So what does it look like for us? Looks like resistance 2550, support 2450, and we're starting to pull back, and we close right down and through here. So I'm going to have to say that for the moment I'm a little bit more neutral here on the NASDAQ until we see what happens. If we pull back to 2450, we should hold that level and bounce. If we break 2450 on the NASDAQ, then I'm going to go short-term bearish, longer-term neutral. But for the moment I'm a little more neutral on the NASDAQ, maybe a little bit bearish, but slightly more neutral on the NASDAQ and longer-term neutral on the NASDAQ as well. All right, hope that helps. Keep an eye on news. News does have a tendency to change everything tomorrow. Got a couple economic indicator reports out around 8 o'clock in the morning, and then another one around 10 o'clock. So if those numbers come out fairly negative, which most people are expecting them to come out negative tomorrow morning, as long as they're not too negative, we'll kind of hold. But if they're pretty bad, you'll see some heavy selling first thing in the morning, and that'll probably set the trend for the rest of the day. All right, hope that helps.